Uber Eats driver accepts all no-tip orders and none of the customers gave him a cash tip. So let's check this out. So online arguments about pre-tipping delivery drivers almost always boils down to a few essential points. Some customers state they always make sure to attach a tip to their meal beforehand to encourage drivers to pick up their order and bring it to them quickly, which honestly isn't that bad of an idea because it further incentivizes them. It's like, oh, I'm going to provide super good service because this person is offering a pretty sweet pay, right? Others, however, say they would never reward a service until they see the quality of said service, i.e., they won't pre tip on an order only to receive a cold meal with missing items. Some of these customers often remark that they'll only tip after the fact and that they hand delivery drivers cash tips. So to test this theory, a TikToker named Clay at AdamClay8, who posts about his delivery hustles, decided to accept all non-tip orders that came his way during an Uber Eats shift. He posted the results at the end of a trending TikTok that's received over 30,000 views as of Saturday, and what ended up happening didn't seem to surprise many folks who deliver food for a living. So let's actually check this out.
I'm going to accept every order with no tip.
Oh, never mind. He's got like some copyright music. Annoying. So I'm going to accept every order with no tip, Clay says in the clip. So I constantly get people in the comment section saying that you should take the no tip orders, that they'll still give a cash tip, or that some people will only tip after their food is delivered to make sure it's not tampered with. He then shows a number of successfully completed Uber Eats deliveries in a variety of different locations for a number of different customers. While he admits he did receive a 20-cent tip on one of the lower price deliveries he made, his experience fulfilling every order didn't influence him to listen to commenters who suggested a tip would be waiting for him. What can we take away from today? I did a bunch of no tip orders, and all of those no tip orders, I did not a single one give me a cash tip or added an extra tip afterwards, Clay concludes. And one commenter didn't seem too surprised by the end result of Clay's Uber Eats tipping experiment, writing, "There you go," and people claim otherwise. Someone else echoed a popular colloquialism among delivery drivers, saying, "Yep, no tip, no trip." This appeared to be a sort of recurring chorus line in the comment section of Clay's video. No tip, no trip, a user echoed. I've only gotten a cash tip 3 times. And judging from the experience of other drivers, it seems that they've been in similar situations as Clay's. I never get cash tip after delivery user shared, but if you tip ahead, I drive a little faster. Another route got my biggest tip of $22 earlier this week, but no tippers never tip after or give cash in my area. Like, what people need to understand, right? As like probably like a driver, if you are a driver or if you want to be a driver or whatever, you would you should focus on the more guaranteed money that you know for sure if you make that delivery, you are going to make that money, right? Because you cannot risk going on a delivery, right? And then literally not getting a tip, right? Because you need to be like maximizing the amount of money that you make, and if you see the guarantee, you go for the guarantee every single time, because even though there might be a slim chance that someone might be able to tip you, like who knows, like something crazy like a $50 tip or whatever, right? You can't rely on that, right? You just blatantly can't rely on that. Go for the guaranteed amount that you see, take it so that you can rely on it and go on, right? Because you can't trust what other people are going to do. Like, even when you see them tipping beforehand, you can't really trust that as well. But it's more of a guarantee that you are going to make a set amount of money on average, per hour kind of stuff. However, one individual remarked they always give cash tips to delivery drivers when they complete orders. I always tip cash so workers don't have to claim it on their taxes, they said. The thing is, technically, they have to, right? I mean, like legally speaking, you have to. I understand if people get tipped in a lot of cash, they probably don't. But technically, legally, you're supposed to. One user highlighted an expense reality many delivery drivers face, which can severely limit the amount of money they make per hour. What was the total payout? Factoring gas expense, did you make or lose money? How much money per hour? They said. And see, like that's my point, right? Because you are basically driving something that is costing you money, that is going down in value, that you have to maintain, right, to do this gig, right? So you have to go for the guaranteed money by the pre-tips if you're a driver because it just makes the most sense to you, right? Because if you see like something where like, oh, you're going to get paid like a $10 like delivery, right, to like do this one thing, but this other one is like, oh, there's like a $10 delivery plus like a pre-tip of like $5, you go to the pre-tip of $5 or the pre-tip of like $2 because it's guaranteeing you a higher amount, right? And it's mainly because like I've seen too many videos where people have recorded themselves recording how many tips they actually got from like a delivery driver, like for like a pizza company or whatever. Like one girl actually like filmed herself for like a whole night recording how many cash tips that she got. Now, luckily, she had a guaranteed like pay that wasn't minimum wage. I think it was like $10 an hour, right? But the amount of customers that actually gave her a tip was like less than 30% of her like 30 to 40 deliveries, right? Which is horrible. So, like literally just did not give her a single tip, like a single dollar for a tip. And one guy asked her out after like not tipping her anything, right? So people just need to be like really careful with this sort of thing. Like go for the guarantee. Always go for the guarantee. Period. End of story. Okay, so US Foods conducted a study on the frequency of tipping on delivery apps in the psychology of gratuities. 66% of customers who responded to the survey said they base the amount of gratuity that they give to a delivery driver on what they're being charged by the app and how much their food costs. The analysis continued that while 95% of takeout customers tip on every order, 60% of drivers said their biggest gripe with their jobs is that these same customers either don't tip enough or completely neglect to give any tip whatsoever. Interesting. I wonder what the comments on this, or if there is any comments. Is there any comments? I guess not. Interesting. Oh no, there's comments. A few comments. Let's see. Gotta adjust this. Man, this is annoying. Let's see. Nah, can't even see it. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of like a pain, but feel free to give your thoughts on this. I think people, if you are a delivery driver, go for the guarantee. Don't try to rely on people's generosity in terms of like tips. Just go for like, okay, this person is willing to pay more for like a quicker service, quicker delivery. Let me go do that, right?